Hey guys, ShadowMario41 back once again with Perfect Dark with enemy rockets. Today we're doing Air Base Espionage. And we are starting a new mission, no more Area 51, no more 3-hour hellish ordeals, even though another tough mission might be coming up in the future. Anyway, now we want to gain access to the air base, subvert security systems, and finally board Air Force One. Basically the plan is that on the cable car that's coming up right now, there it is, there's a stewardess on there and we want to steal her uniform and wear the disguise and enter the base. Now, why are we breaking into the airbase and entering Air Force One? Well, Trent Easton is also in the middle of his plot right now to kidnap the president, create a presidential clone, and eventually kill the real president. So they're doing this so that they can use the Pelagic 2, which is a submarine, which we will be on later, in order to go down to the seafloor in order to accomplish something. You'll know more about that later. But we definitely don't want Trent to kill the president. So we need to save the president by boarding Air Force One secretly. So this mission, it's pretty easy for the most part. It starts off, we just have a crossbow, but it's not too hard to use the crossbow effectively. So we want to go down. We want the crossbow on its primary function, which just knocks targets unconscious. We do not want it on the secondary function, which is to kill the target instantly. We will be using that later though. And if we walk around here, we will get something very useful. We will get a proximity mine in that box over there. That's going to come in handy later. We want to get as many weapons as we can for this mission because we can only stay in disguise for so long. So now that we're in disguise, we have to be unarmed, of course. And we have to walk around to the front and just enter. Luckily, these people are pretty stupid, so they don't suspect anything. Also, you can fail the mission almost instantly if you miss the guard, that first guard that walks in front of the airbase. If you miss him, shoot and miss, he'll most likely be alerted and lock down the base. So that's one way to instantly fail this mission. So we're going to make some small talk with the guards.
How's things? Hey.
We're going to walk through here. And these guys in the gray suits, I think that's gray, blackish, if you let them talk to you, they'll alert everyone that you're actually someone in disguise. That happens towards the end of the video. I show what happens if that actually ends up happening. Now, even though we're in disguise, we're going to pull out a proximity mine, and the guard walks into it. But the thing is, I got kind of lucky there because if you pull out the proximity mine, the guard doesn't really do anything about it. He just questions like, "Should you have that?" That's one of Trent's guards right there. But if you take out a gun, he'll alert everyone and start shooting you. So I got lucky when I took out the rocket launcher because he wasn't facing me. So now we alerted security, but we're going to use a device right here called the drug spy. This is the third and final device that we will be using. And it basically runs around and shoots out little sedatives at enemies and knocks them out. That's very useful because it would suck to go down there and have to face them all. Especially since they all have rocket launchers. So now that they're all knocked unconscious, we just have to walk around, enter this elevator over here. It's good music though, I like the music. So now is when things start to get a little difficult because obviously the disguise doesn't work anymore. And we only have a rocket launcher really as our only reliable weapon. We're going to switch back to the crossbow later. But we have to use the rocket launcher for this big room. We have a pretty big room coming up with a bunch of guards in it. Now I tried to use the drug spy again, but I forgot that I was out of ammo, so I just kind of used it to distract the guard and shot him. That's fine. Luckily that guard missed. Now there's two ways to complete this mission. Again, I won't be showing you both ways because they're both similar anyway. One is to use that console that we blew up on the wall over there when it said laser grid system has been overloaded. There's two of those consoles. There's one on the other side of this big room. If you press them both, you deactivate the laser, these laser grids here, and you can just walk on the plane. But we're going to take the elevator up to the main boarding area, I guess. I'm going to take this elevator right over here. So now we need to use the crossbow here because there are going to be a bunch of guards up here in a very small little cramped room. And it's very dangerous to use the rocket launcher, so it's very important to conserve ammo. So kill him. Kill that guy, and then one last guy down there. Dead. Actually, went the wrong way down here. So I was like, oh, this just leads back to where we were. So it's better to take the elevator than to take the stairs because I'm not particularly good at fighting guards on the stairs. I don't know, maybe that's just me. So now we're gonna walk down here. There's one final guard. And I was trying to shoot him, but I was like, I could shoot him, or I could just walk around and finish the mission. So I just ran past him and finished the mission. So unknowingly, we have successfully boarded Air Force One. And we are ready to save the President. Whether you want to or not, we have to save the President. Air Force One takes off, and we're on it. So that's what we intended to do, and we completed the mission. Like I said, it's a very easy mission. I only have one death this time around. And it was a nice break for me after Area 51 escape because, oh god, that was terrible. But, you know, completed the mission, and now I'm going to show you my one death and some closing announcements. So that's it. Enjoy my death. Well, that was my one and only failed attempt on this mission, and I'm glad that we had an easy mission because after that Area 51 mission, oh geez, I needed an easy mission to kind of get me back on track in this Let's Play because I really didn't expect it to be that difficult. I really did not. So it caught me off guard there. I know a few missions in the future that are going to be really difficult, but that was definitely not on my list. But anyway, speaking of the Area 51 missions, I want to take this time to talk about the storyline because I kind of neglected to do so for a while because I was so, angry and agitated and aggravated. But basically what we did in Area 51 is we saved Elvis. He's that little alien that we rescued, and he will be much more influential later. He'll play a minor role right now, but he'll be a bigger character later. And he's part of a race known as the Mians. An alien race, and that was Carrington's friend he was talking about earlier. And it's very important that we saved him because, as is typical with all video game storylines, this will escalate to be much more than saving Dr. Carroll or some other menial task. So, but I'll leave you to find that out later. So this is Shadow Mario 41. This has been Let's Play Perfect Dark with Enemy Rockets number 10, and I'll see you next time.
It's a terrorist!